Shout storm. There arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship so that it was now full. And he arose, talking about Jesus, and rebuked the wind, and he said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? I want to deal specifically with this term storm. The term storm, it can be described, it can be looked at as an atmospheric disturbance. It's usually associated with heavy and damaging rain and wind. Normally when we think of the word storm, most of us automatically think negatively, as it correlates with devastation, it correlates with destruction, it correlates with a misplacement. But can I present to you, my brothers and sisters, that all storms are not bad, because there are some elements that are included with storms that are absolutely essential and necessary for where we live. Well, what do you mean? I mean, with the absence of rain, our land will overheat and there will be no growth. In the absence of wind, the changing of seasons would be off and the humidity levels would be off. And so as it is in the natural, so it is in the spirit. There are some storms that God will allow us to go through, and it is absolutely essential for our longevity and for us to make it in God. But looking at the text, one thing that blessed me about the text, and I'm moving fast, one thing that blessed me about the text is that when the disciples, they were going through this storm, and they went out of a panic to go and await Jesus. Jesus comes on the scene, he handles the storm. What blessed me about that is because after the storm had passed, after the storm was made to cease, the disciples recognized Jesus in a way that he was not previously seen before. This Jesus, he is not only the one that's handy with demons and devils, but he is so much God that the wind and the sea has to obey him. He is the same God. A couple of years ago, he could have chosen to step into that terrible storm, Katrina. He could have made that girl sit down and become a water park, all because of the power that rests in his name. And so that highlights to me, and I'm on my way to my seat, that highlights to me that there is one final purpose for a storm in the believer's life. Tell somebody, one more purpose. One more purpose. After a storm has done everything that it came to do, after the storm has caused so much devastation, after a storm has caused so much destruction, there's one more